The land grew more jagged and thin. The caverns and gaps grew larger, wind rushing through the hollows. The world grew darker, the shadows longer. Ember could barely see Rhyme's ghostly light, and Rhyme found Ember's bright flame nearly swallowed in darkness. The darkness pressed in as the corridors narrowed, and they were barely able to move. Yet they did not welcome the closeness it imposed on them. Rhyme feared to let Ember fall. His hands braced on her sphere as she flew upwards, leaving her own sphere behind. Light fell on the statue, its head bowed. Its eyes were dead hollows, gouged from stone, blinded to the path ahead. The caves grew more vast, and the distance between them became more pronounced. Cables hinting at what might have once been a bridge tangled lifelessly in the air. Ember thought of the bridge where they first met, and for the first time, wondered if it would have been better had she not stepped foot on it. A circle of wolves, their necks stretched upward, forever howling at the stone sky above. The chill atop the elevator came in the view. The desolation of the world only drove home the isolation. There seemed no end to the tunnel, and no path to follow. The sense of being in a tomb grew, and became a certainty. The arcane work lanterns guarded gates that seemed to lead nowhere, and guard nothing. In all the worlds, the machines were built to mine the ore. But no ore was here, and they began to think there never was. The feeling of these devices constructed from an unsettled mind returned, and they wondered if perhaps they too had begun to develop such obsessions that would also lead nowhere. Capturing the scarves had become almost an obsession. They wondered if the dragon felt the same. The cracks of the sulfur vents were still. Ember recalled how she used to dance on them in the rocks of her home, and how if Rhyme was with her, they would never alight again. More barriers rose to separate them.